Well, Heidi's in her RV right now, so we can't hop in it.
Where's she going?
Vandalia. She's
Door County, right?
She's up in Door County.
Oh,
so
Wisconsin,
She
yeah.
probably drove through the great state of Illinois, but she went up north. We're focused, guy, on Illinois South.
Well, Illinois South, in particular, Vandalia is northeast of St. Louis, so. Right, yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
Is he right?
northeast.
Andy
Yeah,
Waterman
northeast.
from
That's-
Illinois South, is he right?
He is correct.
Downtown Vandalia, the oldest state capitol building, still stands.
In Illinois, yeah. A lot of people don't know that before Springfield, Vandalia was a state capital. It is full of history. That's where Abraham Lincoln began his political career, began his legal career, and gave his first talk against slavery. It's also where he began his rivalry with Stephen A. Douglas.
Oh, famous rivalry.
Yes, and the boards that Lincoln, the old wooden floorboards that Lincoln walked on, you can walk on them on the second floor of the State House still. Those are still the original floorboards, so that's pretty cool. And then if you're still eager to learn more about Lincoln, there are freestanding wayside exhibits around the entire State House grounds. You can visit Lincoln Park right across from the State House and take a picture with a life-size Lincoln statue. He's sitting on a bench there with a book beside him and his hat. And very, very picturesque, Instagram-worthy, if you will. And you can also visit the Fayette County Museum that has many displays and actual tools from the Lincoln family. And also don't forget the Madonna of the Trail statue on the State House lawn there as well.
So we head out to Vandalia. We've got a lot of history, Lincoln history. We've got oldest state capitol building. A lot of history in Vandalia.
Lots.
But what about some modern day comforts in Vandalia?
In terms of modern day comforts, one of the things that I love a lot is Witness Distillery. It opened its doors not too long ago, and they make some amazing spirits. So they've got rum, they've got bourbon, they have a little bit of everything. They've got vodka, and it is amazing. Their stills are right there. They'll give you tours, and then they've got their underground where you can go downstairs and you can have a drink down there. It's kind of like almost, it kind of feels like an old school style prohibition.
Sure.
Yeah. And they will do different barrels. Like, so if you want to purchase a barrel, they will store it down there and age it and everything. So you can do that, and they'll brand your logo on it if you want to. It's a really cool place. Wow. Yeah, I love Witness. It's great. And then right next to Witness, actually connected to it, very good eats there at the Blind Society. So good place to eat there as well. And then if you're into roadside attractions, which, who isn't? Stop off of I-70. They have the Kaskaskia Fire-Breathing Dragon, where you go by the nearby hardware store. You ask for the coins. You slip those in the box there next to the dragon, and then it'll breathe fire for a few seconds. Another great Instagram-worthy spot.
I just Googled this thing. And this,
it's on Roadside America. It's popular.
Breathe fire out of this?
It does breathe fire. Yes, absolutely it does.
And for Guy, who was a big fan of Game of Thrones, you can't climb on this thing and ride it around. No?
You cannot.
No. Okay, so Guy.
Oh, man. There goes my weekend.
Vandalia Lake. Golfing. There you go. It's right up your alley, guys.
Yes.
What's the golf course there?
So there are several golf courses in Fayette County around Vandalia. So you can go to the Vandalia Country Club. Indian Springs Golf Course is nearby. Ramsey Lake Golf Course is nearby.
Oh, St. Elmo's there.
St. Elmo's near there. Yep,
right
there. So there are golf courses aplenty. The distillery we've talked about. If you're into live music, they have live music almost every weekend on Charter's Patio, Friday and Saturday evening, June through September. That's sponsored by different area businesses. So you can bring a chair, sit on the patio, and or even on the State House lawn if the road is blocked. And one of my favorite things that's actually coming up this weekend, every Saturday or second Saturday of each month, May through October, is the Vandalia Farmers Market.
And that'll be this Saturday. And you can go and visit that. What are some of the other events that are coming to Vandalia?
So Vandalia has really unique events because of its history and its ties to history and everything like that. One of my favorites is the Grand Levee. And that's usually in the summer, but it is going to be October this year. And October 8th and 9th, the Grand Levee is back at the old State House. And it's basically where It's a 2-day recreation of kind of like the social life of Vandalia during its tenure as the Illinois state capital. So you'll see Abe Lincoln walking around, you'll see people walking around in, old-timey costumes and everything. It's a really cool event, and they also will have food vendors and concerts and different things like that. It's a pretty cool event.
I wonder if anybody would recognize Abe Lincoln if he was on a skateboard.
Is this something where there is a dedicated Abe Lincoln, and he'll make a speech now and then throughout the event, or do we all show up and there's 20 Abe Lincolns walking around?
There is a dedicated Abe Lincoln,
Yeah.
but if you wanted to show up dressed as Abe Lincoln, I would love to see
On a
it.
skateboard.
On a
On a
skateboard.
skateboard,
On a
right?
skateboard.
With a T.
Yeah.
Another place to visit in Vandalia, if you're a fan of history and road trips, is the Historic National Road Interpretive Center. You can learn about the history of the National Road and the Cumberland Road and its trek across Illinois. Basically, it's I-40 there, which runs basically parallel to I-70, and it kind of runs through Cumberland County and Clark County, and then into Madison County, and it's really cool. There's a lot of cool, neat stops along the way.
And this is something that, it's hard to plan something all the way in December, but the candlelight tour of the old State House in December, the second Saturday of December, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It's also really neat. Their Old Time Christmas event is usually November 12th and 13th. It ends with the State House Candlelight Tour event the second Saturday of December. So the Old Time Christmas is, they've got your horse and carriage, and it kind of harkens back to, again, the old time days of when, the state capitol was, booming. So really cool historical events there in Vandalia. Unique that not a lot of other communities can say, hey, we do this, because they can't.
Yeah.
Andy Waterman, Communications Director with the ILLINOISouth Tourism. We're talking about Vandalia, Illinois. Did you look it up, Kristen? Did you look up to see if the Vandal...
I got distracted.
Well, Josh asked you to look it up 5 minutes ago.
We'll clarify,
right,
we'll
that's
figure it out.
That's all right.
We'll see if guys right or wrong.
That's right. And I love Vandalia onions.
No, that's Vandalia.
Vandalia.
Yeah, that's
What?
Vandalia. So Andy, you always come in with a couple of anecdotes
Yes.
that you like to regale us with every
Yes.
week.
Mhm. Nuggets, if you will.
Nuggets.
Vandalia nuggets.
Yeah. What do you got for us this week?
So last week we did sports. So let's do food this week. Now this is Salem. You guys heard of Salem, Illinois?
Of course.
Yeah.
So this is of Salem lore. Back in the day, in the 1930s, early 1930s, there was a man named Max Crossan. He had a cafe. And he had this sauce, this dressing, if you will, called Max's Extra Fine Salad Dressing. Now, he
Sounds
sold
good.
it. Now, this is lore, if you will. So it might have happened, it might not, but everyone in Salem kind of knows about it. Sold it for $300 back in the day, 1931, to Kraft.
Oh, is
And it
this
is-
ranch
And
dressing?
it is now known as, you can't beat the tangy zip, of
A
Miracle.
Miracle Whip.
Miracle Whip.
Wow.
So lore goes that Miracle Whip was created in Illinois.
Salem,
How about that?
Illinois.
Mhm.
I'm a mayo guy.
Are you?
Yeah,
I'm
I
a
am.
Miracle Whip
But,
guy.
I'm neither.
Really?
No?
I don't really. But isn't it weird how Miracle Whip is called salad dressing? Even though I dare you to
Yeah.
put it on a salad.
top your salad with that.
Can you imagine that at a party? There you
Wow.
go. Block.
Ooh, honey. The tangy zip
Uh-huh.
of Miracle Whip out of Salem, Illinois. How about that?
Yep.
Andy Waterman, as Guy said, you are the communications director with ILLINOISouth Tourism. We'll check Guy's version of the town founding name of Vandalia, Illinois. We'll figure out if he was true or not. It looks like on the Wikipedia page there's a couple of different ideas of where it came from, but we'll get to the bottom of that. In the meantime, we'll go out there. We'll
Yes,
check out the oldest state house in Illinois, and we'll check out all the historical things that they have to offer in Vandalia.
And make sure also to check out the Wine and Ale with Abe. That'll be hosted at the Historical Society on September 25th in downtown Vandalia as well.
And pop in a couple quarters into that fire-breathing dragon.
Indeed.